Guys, and welcome back to another episode of From the Shadows. Now let's take a little look at what's been going on in Paris over the past couple of weeks. See, Le Chambre, it's in the back of the net, and the relegation threatened Guignon lead us by 1-0 after 15 minutes. The only thing that's happened so far today. RJ1, he's got runners ahead of him. One of those is Luis. Will he shoot from range? He slips it through for Cherry off the post on the rebound, and it is Guignon 1, Paris 1, Cherry yet again, and that is his 20th league goal of the season. Chambre again. Are you joking? They've had 2 fucking free kicks and scored both of them. Are you kidding me? Cherry into a bit of space. He'll shoot probably from that angle. Oh, he's gone in the back of the net. That was very lucky, I have to say. Cherry's grabbed himself yet another brace. 21 goals in the league, but we need to do better than this. We need to find a winner in the last 15 minutes. There we go. Guignon 2, Paris 2. Undone by 2 free kicks. Difficult game away from home, particularly as what we did in the last game. Cherry flips it across, and Luis has got across the front post. Monaco 0, Paris 1, and amazingly, we lead away at AS Monaco. This is a huge one. But that is very good defending from us. They've gone 3 up top, but they've also gone 3 at the back, which is actually what this system works better against. Do not let them fucking score with their first shot on target. Oh, Nathan Picard with the goal. Go back to Star Trek. Can he get something going for us? Cherry's in, and oh my goodness. Alberto Cherry just does not know when to stop, does he? Here we go, guys. We're through to the next round of the French Cup, but we've got yet another top team to play against. Luis has given us a lot of space in these areas, but not a lot behind. Part J1, Luis slips it through for Part J1. He must score. He doesn't. Uchan does, though, and that is the perfect start. 10 minutes gone. Paris 1, Nantes 0, and that moves us right up behind those teams in 3rd place now. Be careful, though. They may not have created anything so far, but that doesn't mean they won't. Vion's got through here. Oh, come on! Oh, fuck me. Are you serious? So, out the right-hand side, whips that ball in, and oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. 2-1. Mello now with the ball in. Vion. I give the fuck up. I really do. Azawi's through now. Probably score with their next shot on target too. Of course they have, because that's just what happens today, isn't it, really? I'm getting sick of this now. It just happens so often. They'll probably score a couple more, in fact. Ball in, Luis with the strike, and it's in the back of the net. Thank fuck for that. We finally got one back. Paris 2, Nantes 4. I don't know what to do. Paris 2, Nantes 4. Even when we batter teams, we still lose. Shendry's ball into Malumba. They've started to come into this a bit more now. Rio, and of course, is in the back of the net. There we go. Cherry steps up and dispatches yet another goal for his season. Even when we're shit, he scores. And there we have it, guys. 1-1. Probably a pretty fair result in the end. Right, guys, we're back. And so, yeah, as you can see, it's been a bit of a rocky time. We had another one of those horrible games where I still thought we were okay, and they just scored everything that they shot scored. And it was really frustrating to watch, because the draw against Guignon did not do us any favours. The draw away at Lorient would have been good if it wasn't for the horrific performance against Nantes. And I think we're going to be in for a real fight just to qualify for Europe this year. And we really are going to have to pull our fingers out at the moment. It hasn't been helped by the fact that we've had players away on international duty, 3 games in a week, and we could barely rotate the squad because of all this. Injuries, it's like a perfect storm, unfortunately, and it's really shitty. Hopefully today against Bordeaux we can do slightly better in that one. Now we're going to do a quick question of the day, and if we can get 150 likes on this episode, that would be just fantastic. Today's question is this: do you think football tickets in general have become too expensive? Over here in America/Canada, tickets for MLS games cost almost $100 at my club, which in my opinion is an outrageous amount of money, considering 5 or 6 years ago I could get tickets for $40 at the same club. That's insane. Yes, it's the short answer. Of course I do, particularly in Britain. It seems like fans are just being fleeced, and I know some clubs do some cheap ticket deals, and that's good. Wigan and Fulham particularly, I used to listen to radio adverts that they used to do, and they used to do some good deals down there. And some clubs just really do take the piss, though, and it's because they've got to pay for their new stadiums and whatnot, but it's just, like, you know, it's turning away a certain type of fan, basically, and that just can't afford to go to football matches anymore. And I know it isn't like that in Germany, because the ticket prices are kept at a ridiculously low level. I remember reading an interview, I think it was with the Bayern Munich chairman, where he was saying that, you know, yeah, we could charge, you know, €1,000 for a season ticket, but it wouldn't make us that much more money. Well, it would make them more money, but it would be a sort of drop in the ocean compared to what they're making from commercial deals. So it seemed no point in basically fleecing their fans, and I fully agree with them on that one. And I'd like to see something change, but it's not going to change anytime soon, frankly, until people stop going to the games, really. So there you go. What do you guys think about football ticket prices? And yeah, what is it like in your country? How much is it to go to your team's home games? Fulham is better lately. Obviously, since we got relegated, it's been cheaper, but not that much cheaper. So yeah, If you got any ideas for a question today, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Right, so we'll take a quick gander at the squad. So over the last 5 games, I sort of, well, I mean, Mbar, I would say, but Cherry's been just the standout player. He's got 35 goals in 36 appearances this year. He's been superb. Mbar and Sidibe and Barguji are all still at the bloody African Cup of Nations, which is not helpful. One thing that is going to be helpful, though, is Carlos Ruiz is about to become a French citizen in a month's time, which means he will no longer be a foreign player. And that will means we can free up a slot for maybe to bring in someone amazing next year, if I can find someone, just to take that one place back. So there we go on that one. We did have a £52 million bid from Manchester City for Mbar, but they wanted to pay over 48 months and only offered 1.3 million up front. Not having that. So here's how the league looks, and this is what I mean about us exactly, in the sense that we just seem to, we've got to try and get into that 6th spot. That's where we're aiming. We're already 5 points from that. Now bear in mind, we're now 10 points off of 3rd place again, and it's really starting to turn into a bit of a struggle. We're still in the cup, thankfully. We've got Lorient next in the cup, so it's not going to be easy. We really are up against it this year. We're going to have to really pull our finger out, which is weird because I think we've actually played better at times this year than we ever have. It's just a real shitter that that's happened. As you can see, PSG as well have now extended their gap to 7 points and are now, what is it, 19 points clear of us. So I don't know, guys. It's difficult. I know we can make loads of tactical changes, but I just don't think that switching around the tactic too much is going to make too much of a difference. We've just had some shitty luck at this point. The tactic was fine last year. We made some changes and it got better, and it's just one of those things, really, isn't it? Right, so let's get into things, basically. We've got ourselves a game against Bordeaux today. They are below us in the league. We are at home, and I expect to win. Aslan is suspended. Oh, of course he is. Cherry, Collar, Luis, Park Ji-won, Uchan, Bulens, Wagner at left back, because we've got no choice at this point. Philippe, Amara and Ruiz, and you can see how lacking we are. You know, on the bench, Francois, Poirier, Matas, Holt, Bakamatar, Christians and Obradovic, but with Mbar, Sidibe, Barguji all out, Pereira's injured, Aslan suspended, Allberg has picked up a knock, but you can't see it because he's in the youth team. It's not a good time for us right now. I thought having these youngsters around would really make a difference for us, and I think like it has. I think we'd be even more trouble if we didn't have these kids around, because they managed to fill in quite well, Ivor Holt particularly. 125th league appearance. It feels like he's played for us more than that. That sucks. Yep, whatever. Albertengo, I expect, is going to give us the sausage in this game, which kind of sucks, but what choice have we got? We've just got to keep going for it and keep trying to drag ourselves up there in the league, but I just don't know how far we're going to be able to take it this year. I really want to finish in that top 6, or at least have a go at the Cup, so we can make sure we're in Europe next year, because it would be catastrophic for us to not qualify for Europe after, what, 3 successive years? I know that sometimes you get a bit of a drop-off, hits the crossbar. You know, when I was with Portsmouth, when we qualified for the Champions League finally, the next year we didn't, because we just couldn't handle it. And it seems that that's often happens in these games. And I'm hoping that's not going to happen this year, but it may well do. Bulens. Collar. Oh, what a goal that is. I think that might be his first ever goal for us. Yaroslav Collar, first ever goal for Paris FC, and we lead against Bordeaux. And that keeps us at least in the fight to get into that 6th spot. But we really cannot afford to drop out of Europe entirely. I wouldn't be happy, but I would settle at this point if we do get into the Europa League again, because we can then strengthen in the summer again and really have a crack at it next year and hope that we get some decent money, because we're a bit more financially stable now. And plus the players will continue to develop, which is always nice. Ruiz just needs to whip one across for Cherry, and he's been fouled, and that will be a penalty which will be taken by Alberto Cherry, and that should essentially kill the game. Goal difference wise, we're still pretty much as good as the teams around us, which is fine. Not quite perhaps, but we're getting there. Cherry steps up and he slots it away for Paris 2. Bordeaux 0 with his 23rd goal of the season, and I think in the league he's probably on for about 35 again if he keeps up this rate, and of course 50 overall I still think is in the bag for him potentially, because don't forget we do still have Europa League games, and the fact is we're not technically out of the ability to qualify for the Champions League, because if we were to win the Europa League, we would in fact get into it, but it is going to be very tough from here on. You know, we've got to play it will be very tough, because we'd have to play Monaco again if we do get past Feyenoord, and I think over 2 legs we might actually have a good crack at that. Comes back for Luis, and what a save that is from Rene. He's done a good job there, but as you can see, opening 18 minutes we have been absolutely fantastic. So where was this against Nantes? They played a very similar system in that game too, which was what's frustrating about it. We just seem to be very hit and miss. We've got a few more players back, but not really, because when you look at it, Yaroslav Collar is playing in the midfield for us today, and he is not what I would call a high caliber of player. He looks like he could be one day, but he certainly isn't yet. Park Ji-won, and it's blocks again. He's going to get to it first though and recycle this possession. Goes back for Bulens. He's got support. One of them is Alberto Cherry. He can't quite turn on the ball though. Now he does, and it's over the line. I don't know if that's an own goal or an Alberto Cherry goal. Cherry's running away with it. Albertengo, their striker of all people, has put it in his own net, and we are absolutely destroying Bordeaux here. And these performances seem to come along every couple of, every other match. We look fantastic, and then I don't know, we're just painfully inconsistent. There's having a mother's meeting on the goal line there and decided to just put it over their own line in the end. But look at that. Domination in all senses. They've had one shot and not hit the target at all yet so far. So that's positive, which does, of course, mean that when they have their first shot, they will score it. But that's just how this works, isn't it? Rushnyak. This is probably the goal, I expect. They'll probably go past 4 people and smash it in the top corner. Oh, no! He's missed the target. I love shutting teams out from having no shots at all, or no shots on target at least. I used to do it quite a bit with Pompey. Right. So I'm actually quite content with the way things are going at the moment. We're 3-0 up. Things are looking good. I'll probably switch off Alberto Cherry in a bit to give him a bit of a rest and get Ivor Holt on, just because he's a super sub. He really does have some great quality off the bench. Hopefully, by the time the Africa Cup of Nations must be ending soon, you'd have thought. It can't be going on forever. So hopefully we'll have those guys back. So I'm actually going to get Ivor Holt on here at this point. I'm also going to get Christians on as well. See, we're lacking attacking mids at the moment. That's the main problem for us, unfortunately. Obradovic can sort of play there, but he's mostly out wide. That being said, I'm tempted to bring him on not for Louise. I'll probably bring him on for Part J1. Where the hell's Aslan as well? Is he injured as well? He's not suspended, is he? Is he on the... okay, I don't know. Oh, he is suspended, isn't he? Of course. This is the problem. The depth is there, but it isn't, if that makes sense. It's just a difficult situation. I'm sorry, I'm just talking to fill the space here. Albertengo is finding a bit of space, but clearly he's not finding that much space, is he? They've not scored a single... well, they've had one shot on target, and usually that'll be enough to win the game, but, probably score about 3 goals with that one shot on target, usually. Marchand seem to be coming up against a lot of people called Marchand in these live comps. We've been perfect. This is the sort of performance we need to do week in, week out, but it's just really difficult. There we go. Paris 3, and we're still 8th in the league, and it's still going to be difficult for us. It really is. But hopefully, we've got some slightly easier games sort of coming up now in the future, which we can... I mean, that's not going to be easy, and neither is Toulouse in the league, but we did win 4-1 there in the Cup. But remember, we won away at Monaco and Toulouse already in the Cup, and now we have to go to Lorient and try and win as well. That cup draw has not been kind to us this year. We've not played a single team in any trophy so far that's been outside of the top division, I don't think. Let me just quickly check that. Yeah, no, not a single team in any of our domestic cup competitions have been outside... not even that. They've not even been outside the top half of the top tier. It's ridiculous. We've really had some terrible luck with that. In the next episode, of course, though, we've got Lorient and Toulouse, which are going to be difficult games, and then we've got Saint Etienne at home, which we should win. But in between that, we're going to have a double live com of both games against Feyenoord, and that is going to be crazy difficult. But hopefully we should have a full quota of players back for that. So, guys, if you like what you're seeing, please do drop a like on the video. That would be glorious. And if you'd like to even more than that, please do subscribe to the channel for more videos like this every single day in your inbox at 7 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for a double header against Feyenoord, where that could be make or break for our season at this point. After that, we've got some really difficult games coming up, and it's going to get really tough for us. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.